guys, so this look is actually supposed to be inspired by one of my favorite makeup artists on Instagram by the name of Trent. I will post all his social media down below as well as a picture of his look on the screen. You guys should definitely go follow him. He is bae, literally bae with capital everything. He's amazing. Definitely follow him. I love his work. He's amazing. Now, I was originally intending on keeping this look very similar to his, meaning I wasn't going to do anything else to it. I was actually going to keep it the same, just with the eyes, the face, and the neck. But the more I did it, the more I wanted to add stuff. And the more I did this look, the more I started thinking of Melanie Martinez, Alice in Wonderland, because of all the bright colors, and at the same time, I thought this really looks like the Mad Hatter because of all the eyeshadows and the paint contour. It just looked very Alice in Wonderland-ish, so I was like, why not make it a Mad Hatter look? Plus, while I was doing this video, I had Melanie Martinez's Mad Hatter song stuck in my head all the freaking time, just on replay, like over and over and over and over again, so why not do that? So Trent, if you're watching this, I really hope that you enjoyed this makeup tutorial as well as the makeup look. I tried to do justice as much as possible for this, so I really hope that you like it. Also, Melanie, if you're watching this, I don't know how, because I don't really think you would be interested in watching my videos, but if you have stumbled upon my channel, then okay. I really hope that you like this video as well as the makeup look. I tried to do something very avant-garde, very colorful, whimsical. I've been wanting to do a body paint look for a really long time now. It's actually been 2 weeks since I last did a body paint, and it's because I've been in the process of moving, trying to finish school, and dealing with this personal stuff. I wasn't able to sit down and actually properly do a makeup look. Except like a beauty look every once in a while, but not the point. So yeah, I really hope that you all enjoyed this video, and let's get started.
Okay, so I'm first starting off by blocking up my eyebrows, and then I'm going to take a creamy white eyeshadow base from NYX Cosmetics and apply this all over my lid and blending it out real good. And then I'm taking a little bit of setting powder and applying it on top of the cream to prevent it from creasing. And then I'm going to take my NYX Avant Pop Palette and take this beautiful blue shade and apply this on the inner corner and blending window wiping motions along my crease and blending it out as much as I can. Then I'm going to take the blue shade from the Morphe 35C palette on a flat brush, and I'm going to apply this on my crease to define it a little bit more. Then I'm going to take the fluffy blending brush with a beautiful blue shade again and just blend those two colors together. Then I'm going to reapply a little bit more of my NYX's eyeshadow base on top of my lid, and then taking this beautiful shimmery green shade and packing that on my lid. The best way to get the most pigmented results is to either wet your brush with a little bit of eye drops or just to pack on the eyeshadow in layers. And then after that, you just want to take the brush with the previous color you used and just blend those two colors together. There's going to be a whole lot of blending going up in here. Then I'm going to take that blue eyeshadow again and apply it on the inner corner and blending window wiping motions on my crease. And then I'm taking the purple eyeshadow from the Morphe 35C palette and applying this on the lower lid. And then with the fluffy blending brush with a little bit of that blue, I'm just smoking that out as much as I can. This eye is going to be smoky AF. To give my eyes more of an opened up and doll-like effect, I'm just applying my NYX's Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk to both my waterlines, and then I'm applying this Detailz body paint all over my lashes on top and bottom. Now, this is not actual mascara. This is an actual body paint, so you have to be very careful when applying this. Obviously, you can use a regular mascara. I just did not have one at the moment, so I just used this instead. And also, when you're doing this, try not to make a huge mess, just like you'll see me do here. Just do not make a huge, just don't do that. Now I'm applying my Ben Nye Professional Clown White cream makeup all over my face, and I'm using a regular cosmetic wedge to buff this out. Now you can use a beauty blender for this and it will blend much easier. I just didn't feel like spending 15 minutes of my life trying to clean up a beauty blender, and then I felt like it was a little bit too white for my taste, so I just applied my MAC Studio Fix fluid in NC42 on top of the white, and that gave me more pale-like skin tone rather than just a stark white. So it was still pretty white but still had a hint of flesh tone. Then I'm taking a translucent powder and setting all the cream makeup so that it wouldn't smudge or move everywhere and I would have a miserable time. And I'm just buffing the rest of the powder out, getting rid of all the excess and just blending more of that blue eyeshadow outwards and just really smoking that eye a little bit more. Then I took whatever was left on my brush and I just dragged it from the outer corner of my eye all the way up my temples and flicked it up so that it would look a little bit more cat-like. So Trent's design has sort of this sad expression on the eye, so I'm just taking that blue eyeshadow and heavily applying this on the inner corner and then dragging the color up. And this is going to give myself more of a sad expression, and at the same time it's going to look a little bit more Tim Burton-esque if you think about it. Then I'm taking that blue eyeshadow and dragging it down the sides of my nose, but not all the way down, just about halfway. Then I'm taking the pearly white shimmery shade from the NYX Avant Pop Palette and applying this on my inner corner to widen my eyes a little bit more and make them look more alive and open. Then I'm taking that green shimmery shade and applying this in between my cupid's bow and taking that pearly white shade and applying this on my cupid's bow, dragging it along the bridge of my nose and my cheekbones as a highlighter. And now I'm going to take this fuchsia eyeshadow from the Morphe 35C palette on a fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to take a piece of paper and put this on my cheekbone and then blend the eyeshadow on top of that piece of paper and dragging it outwards, and that's going to give me a really intense sort of cut cheekbone effect, like if I had some really intense contour going on. I'm also dragging this color along my forehead and along my jawline. Also dragging the color down the sides of my nose and blending it with a little bit of that light blue shade. And when it mixed with the light blue, it actually created a gorgeous purple color. So I'm just dragging this along my crease and then blending it out using a little bit more of that light blue shadow. I'm actually scrunching up my lips and then applying that blue shade on my lips and a little bit of that hot pink shade, but I'm concentrating this more towards the center so that it would give me more of a smaller lip appearance. I'm reapplying a little bit more of that shimmery white shade on my cupid's bow and the tip of my nose to highlight them a little bit more, as well as my cheekbones, so I look like I literally glow to the gods. I'm also taking that blue eyeshadow and deepening the contour a little bit more and just blending it with the fuchsia, also dragging that along my forehead. And then I'm retaking that fuchsia again and just blending that blue into the fuchsia again to get more of a transition color. And then what I'm doing is I'm taking the Detail body paint from Mehron, and I'm just dotting this on the inner corner of my eye. I just wanted to make the eye look a little bit more interesting. I'm also dragging that color up with the sad expression and also along my crease of the eye. I'm also applying this on the cupid's bow, also going up. And I'm also doing a really cartoonish highlight right on the tip of my nose. Then I'm just taking that Detail body paint again and applying this on the outer corner of my eye, again going along my crease and also doing the exact same thing with the contours of my face. Now I'm just keeping the dots where the colors are. I'm not really dragging this where the white in my face is. I'm just mainly focusing this where all the eyeshadows are. And now I'm going to take this pink body paint by Mehron and I'm going to water it down and pour it on my airbrush, and I'm going to airbrush this all over my neck and chest.
So sadly, we've reached the point where this video gets erased. Sadly, I actually lost the footage on how I teach you guys how to make the hat. But fear not, because now I'm here to teach you all how I did it. So let's go.
Okay, so I'm now taking that NYX Jumbo Eyeliner Pencil in Milk again, and I'm using this to sketch out the hat. And I'm using Green Paradise Paint by Mehron, and I'm using this to fill in the hat. Now I'm just reshaping the hat as I go along because I didn't like the fact that it looked a little bit too small compared to how I actually originally designed it. And then I'm taking Orange Body Paint from Mehron, and I'm using this to fill in the strap of the hat. Now it did mix in with the green a little bit, so what I did was that I waited for the first layer to dry and then I layered it again right on top, and I did this for about 3 coats of the Mehron body paint, and that pretty much gave me the opaqueness that I wanted. And now I'm taking the black eyeshadow from the Morphe 35C palette on a flat brush, and I'm creating the seams on the hat and shading towards either side of the seams. And now I'm creating all the shadows that will be casted on the hat, so such as in the brim, or if the hat curves around, I'm just creating a shadow there. And then I'm taking the brown eyeshadow from the 35C palette, and I'm using this to create all the wrinkles that will be on the strap. Then I'm taking white body paint from Mehron, and I'm creating all the highlights, then taking the brush that I used to apply the green and diffusing the line to make it look not so harsh. And I'm doing this to all the surrounding perimeter of the hat where I would imagine light hitting, as well as all the seams. Now, I'm taking the exact same white body paint and doing some more stark white highlights because I wanted to have more cartoony effect. And now for the feather, what I'm doing is I'm taking lime green body paint by Mehron, And I'm doing these little brush strokes to create the feathery, kind of like furry texture. Then taking brown body paint and creating what I usually call the eye of the feather, which is so weird. Taking teal body paint and creating the ring inside that brown eye, as I said. And then taking blue body paint and filling in what is left. Then I'm taking orange body paint and I'm going to highlight the brown area and furry kind of like strokes. Then taking white body paint and highlighting the green, and this is gonna make it look shiny and like an actual realistic looking feather. As realistic as a cartoonish feather would look like. Then I'm taking that white body paint and creating some stark white highlights on the hat to make it look a little bit more cartoonish. And then I'm taking Graftobian's gold metallic powder and mixing it with a mixing medium to create an actual paint. And I'm just creating some details along the hat. So I just went in with what I thought it would look pretty. Now you can do whatever design you want on the hat. This is just what I came up with at the moment. Plus I wanted to play around with some metallic colors because, as you know, I love metallic colors. Then I'm taking white body paint from Mehron and I'm dotting this around the hat to give it more of a magical type of effect. Okay, now reverting to the pink body. What I did was that I watered down my Mehron Paradise paint in white and I airbrushed it around the perimeter of the hat and then made these squiggly lines coming out from the hat to add a more smoky and yet really magical type of effect. I dotted some white body paint along those lines and then I took teal body paint and added this in between the little white smoky squiggles. And then I took fuchsia and purple eyeshadow. Sorry, my tongue twisted at the moment. I took a fuchsia and purple eyeshadow and I added this where the teal is to add a bit more dimension. Then I took a baby wipe and just erased some squares in between, well, in my chest and going all the way up my shoulder. And then I took white body paint and filled those in, and these are going to be the cards. And then I used a gray eyeshadow to separate one of the cards in there from the other one. And then use white body paint on a small detail brush to sharpen up the edges and make them look more cartoony. Okay, so now I'm gonna start drawing what's in the actual cards. So in the first one, I'm drawing 8 of spades, and then in the second one, I'm gonna draw 6 hearts along with the number 6. Well, I actually forgot the number 6, so ignore that. And then in the third one, I'm gonna draw a J plus a clover, and it was like 2 AM, so I got really tired of doing a lot of details. So in the other ones, I really did not care what I was doing, but yes, when you're doing this, it doesn't really matter what kind of pattern they're in, just as long as they resemble the cards from Alice in Wonderland. And then I'm taking the white body paint and dotting it again to create a more star-like / magical type of effect. And I'm channeling my inner fresh blush, aka Aaron, and adding white freckles to my cheeks and my nose, and patting some cosmetic glitter on my lids, all over my chest and face. Now, can we just talk about the fact of how this looks gorgeous off focus? Why glitter? Why do you do this to me? Then repeating the exact same steps and painting my ears, adding the white dots and all that stuff, and we are basically done. So I really hope that you all enjoyed this makeup tutorial, and if you did, please make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Also, if you want to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, the links will be down below, as well as a list of products I used in this video. So I will see you next time, and bye!